Fox 17 News, Nashville in Focus.
Welcome back, everybody. Right before the break, we were talking about Nashville Mayor John Cooper's rule of 8, encouraging families all across Nashville to have no more than 8 people together in an effort to curb the spread of the virus and to stop what could be a super spreader event if people come from all over the state or other states. Ralph, you're the only guest that has yet to weigh in on that, and please share your thoughts.
I think mandates in general are counterproductive. I think they backfire because they create defiance, and that defiance creates a tendency to spread false information that is counterproductive. I think this particular mandate is foolish, and I hate to use that word. I respect Mayor Cooper, but I don't respect this decision and this mandate. No one is going to follow his order, and no one is going to enforce that order either. There will be a lot of people who don't hold the big Thanksgiving celebrations because they think it is the right thing to do, but nobody's going to do it simply because Mayor Cooper told them to. And I think he undermines the moral authority and the goodwill that he needs in order to be an effective leader when he issues these kinds of foolish mandates that nobody's going to follow or enforce.
We've talked about that. I'm sorry, Justin, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm not fully in disagreement about this rule of 8 thing. Like, I see what you guys are saying about that, but I don't think all mandates are created equal. We just had the Henry County Mayor, Mayor Greer, on the Holler this week. He is the one county mayor of the top 10 biggest positivity rates in Tennessee who has a mask mandate. And what he said was that he wishes that there was a statewide mask mandate because they have people coming through their county all the time from counties that don't have mask mandates, and he just thinks it would have sent a stronger message if the county mayors had stood with Governor Lee together and announced a statewide mask mandate messaging-wise. So I'm not in disagreement with you about the rule of 8 necessarily. I agree with you, people probably aren't going to listen to that, but I do think a mask mandate is an entirely different thing that should be done and should have been done a long time ago.
I also see that these conversations are like about seat belts. We had the same conversation about seat belts. We had the same conversation about whether to lower or raise the drinking age or the smoking age. It's all based on science. It's about scientific evidence as to how these decisions have been made. These are not just silly mandates coming from the mayor. These are decisions that were made based on the science and the information that was given.
Speaking of the information given, Paris, Tennessee, Henry County is just below the Kentucky line. So there's cross-pollination, from people in Kentucky coming down. The mayor of Murray County is another mayor, a conservative gentleman who said, I'm not doing it because I don't think I have the constitutional authority. So my question to the group is, and Ralph, will start with you and Tori, do you think that lawmakers, when they go back to work in January, will do something to create a pathway that would, if that's an obstacle for some county mayors in Tennessee, do you think lawmakers will open the door to give them that authority? He's the only one that I've heard publicly say it, but I suspect he's not the only one who thinks I don't really have the juice to do this.
He also called it a fake pandemic. Sorry, Ralph, go ahead.
It's my understanding that the governor has already given the county mayors the authority to issue mandates if they want. He doesn't believe that that's something he should do, but he's not standing in their way of doing it. I think a mask mandate is also unwise. I think a much better idea would just be a very aggressive public information campaign, and you maintain the goodwill with the people when you just advise them in the strongest terms what is necessary to keep them safe instead of telling them they have to do it. I understand seat belts, helmets, and all that, but this is not exactly the same thing. This is brand new, and any kind of new mandate that you come up with for an emergency is something that people are going to instantly automatically apply just because that's kind of the nature of the American idea.
So don't have rules because you're afraid people are going to disobey them? I mean,
there are obviously some rules that you have to have some rules, but when it comes to personal safety, telling people you have to do this to protect yourself It's better just to inform
Not just
them.
about themselves.
Is to protect other people.
It's mostly
Because you
about themselves
spread-
and their own loved
You
ones.
spread the virus to your loved ones and to other
Absolutely
people.
about compliance and not
It's
science.
not about compliance, Tori. That conspiracy theory
If
stuff
it
is
was
killing
about-
people.
If it was about science, they would be advising everyone to wear N95 masks. They would be advising what kind
There
of
aren't enough of
mask
those.
to wear.
Great. If you have one, wear it.
Then how come people that wear masks all the time are the main ones that end up catching it? How does that happen?
That's not
You
true.
don't know-
We're
you
talking
don't know
about a
that. You
study
don't
of
know
like
that.
150 people that you guys keep pointing to. It's not true. Masks work. The science backs it up. And you just don't want to believe
Science
it.
backs up a lot of things.
But you see what Tori's doing. She's demonstrating exactly what I said.
But we
If
shouldn't
there
have
were just
rules.
simply a very aggressive public information campaign
Well,
about the efficacy
actually,
of
if you
masks,
look at it,
people would
if
be
you look
more
at
apt to believe the people who are telling them, and they would voluntarily comply more than they're
so if you look at it, if you look at it,
Guys, I hate to interrupt, but I've got to squeeze in a commercial break and pick up the conversation in just a moment. You're watching Nashville in Focus here on Fox 17.
It's not funny, Tori.